Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So it's been some time since I last made a video on this game. But anyways, so now we are finally back once again in Sorcerer's Battlegrounds. So the game has received the update very recently where they finally released Kashimo as well as a new early access moveset which is Yuta Rework. So well, I can't show the Yuta Rework in this video since I don't have early access. But if you have early access then you can go ahead and try it out. But anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and check out this very new Kashimo Moveset and see how good the moveset actually is. So before we get started with the video, please make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you can never miss upload. And let's start the video. So that was the new Kashimo moveset that this game released. I would say this is a good moveset for close to mid-range combat, but it still has a major problem which makes doing 1v1s with this moveset really tough. I will talk about it, but first let's go through each of the moves that this moveset has. So as you can see, there are 4 base moves which are Raw Output, Negative Discharge, Thunder Blitz and Thunder Flash. So let's start with the first move, Raw Output. So I personally find this move really useful because first you can use this move on a grounded opponent, which I would say is really good. Then second, it does some good amount of damage. And now third, you can use this move twice as it stays right on the move itself. And also it's not that hard to land both the hits with this move, because what I like to do with this move is that I use it after using the third move. So yeah, I can make some decent combo with it. Anyways, so once you use this move, you will raise your enemy in the air with your staff, and then as soon as you roll, then you will have to use the move again if you want to land the second hit of the move. So yeah, it's not that hard to land this move. As for the second move, Negative Discharge, so you can use this move from a bit of distance, but I don't think you can land this on a grounded opponent. Anyways, so what it does is that it shoots a beam of electricity in the direction that you are looking at. So yeah, it could be a good move if you land it, since it can be used from some distance. As for the third move, Thunder Blitz, so this is the move that I like to pair with the first move, and it is actually a really great move. So when you use the move, you basically kick your opponent in the air and then slam them down. So what I do to make a combo with this is that I use 3 M1s, then do a down slam, then use the third move, then as soon as you land immediately use the first move twice, and yeah, it deals some great amount of damage. Now for the fourth move of this base moveset, Thunder Flash. So this is another move that can be used from some distance, but it's very easy to dodge, so you have to use this move carefully. And I think you can also use this move on a grounded opponent, because I tried this move on a dummy twice. One time I landed it properly and it did 13% damage, and one time I did a down slam and then immediately used the move, which then did only 7% damage. So yeah, it deals slightly less damage on a grounded opponent, but it's still a really good and useful move in my opinion. So that was the entire base moveset for this new Kashimo moveset. And yeah, the moves in the base moveset are actually really good, and it's really easy to make combos with this moveset. So with that done, let's talk about the awakening moveset that Kashimo has. So there are 4 awakening moves, which are Fatal Surge, Ravage, Bolt Ascent and 1000 Volt Burst. So once again, just like in the base moveset of Kashimo, you can use 2 moves from close range and 2 moves from some distance, which I would say is good. So the 2 moves that require you to be right next to your opponent are the first and third move, which are Fatal Surge and Bolt Ascent. So as I said, your opponent has to basically be right next to you if you want to land this move on them, but both of these moves deal some good amount of damage, and if your opponent does not have their evade, then you can easily use Bolt Ascent, then Fatal Surge as soon as it ends, or you can also start with Fatal Surge move and then use Bolt Ascent right after it. Anyways, so as for the last 2 moves, which are Ravage and 1000 Volt Burst, so both of these moves can be used from some distance, but you can obviously use them from close range too if you want. But if you have some distance between you and your opponent, then I would definitely suggest using these 2 moves. As for the awakening animation for this moveset, I would say I like it, and yeah, you can also hit your opponent very easily with your awakening itself if you are using Kashimo, which is really good. As for the problem that I was talking about, so when you use the awakening for this moveset, your HP starts draining, which normally won't be an issue if you are playing in a public server or the private server with your friends. But if you are doing ranked 1v1s, then it could be an issue, because if your opponent somehow manages to create some distance between you and them and just run till your awakening runs out, well, you are going to lose very easily, because once your awakening is over, your HP goes to 0. So yeah, normally it won't be an issue, but in ranked 1v1s and stuff, it can be, if your opponent maintains some distance and decides to run around till your entire awakening is over. Anyways, so overall I would say the moveset is really amazing and really easy to use, both in base and in awakening. So yeah, go ahead and try this new Kashimo moveset if you haven't already, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the fight.